Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, dear viewers, and welcome to Towards a Civilized World, your platform for exploring and deepening into the diverse facets of the Islamic culture and spirituality, I say. Today we'll be delving into the journey of pilgrimage of Al-Hajj. It is such a profound journey. Al-Hajj is the Islamic pilgrimage. It holds immense significance for Muslims around a spiritual journey that spans centuries of traditions and devotions. It is a time when millions of Muslims, of believers, come together from all over the world, from all over the globe, come together in a remarkable display of unity, seeking to fulfill the 5 pillars of Islam. As usual, I'm honored here with Professor Mimouni. Welcome with us.
Thank you.
Welcome. And Dr. Belghit, welcome.
Thank you.
Starting our conversation, our discussion today about the pilgrimage, I say, can you briefly explain the concept and the significance of Al-Hajj in Islam for our viewers?
Shukran, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, when we are speaking of the Al-Hajj in Arabic, means to try to go to something, to tawajjuh, or go to for something, and the pilgrimage exists in every religion. But the Islamic pilgrimage is the most significant, the most impressive, as you said, as it is a congregation of the Ummah. It's the most apparent expression of Islam as a community. But it has a manifold benefits. The benefits from it are at the spiritual level of the individual. He's preparing for Hajj, for the community, and for the whole Muslim. It has many significance, many advantages. Well, before that, we have to say also that Hajj is considered in anthropology as a ritual. Yani life, man is a symbolic individual. He needs symbols. He needs to be reminded by things. And the importance of rituals and Hajj is to commemorate a past event, be it historic, religious, scientific, sports, war, or anything. And it helps to reorganize the community upon certain values. It has this important thing. When we are speaking about Hajj, we need also to mention that Hajj existed through the erection of Mecca and Al-Kaaba.
Yes.
And Al-Kaaba came previous to the building of the city of Kaaba of Mecca. Alors, Al-Kaaba, the importance of Kaaba. We are not going through the different levels, historical elements of. But what is the most important thing is it has been erected by our father, the father of the purity of the Hanifiyya, that is Abraham alayhi salam, with his son Ismail. And Allah Ta'ala ordered him to purify the temple, because the Arabs, or after, they used to make some rituals, but they were deprived from the unity. Then it is the return to the primal unity of belief of God, of Unitarian God. And it is said in the Quran, that Allah Ta'ala has asked Ibrahim, I said in the Quran, وَإِذْ بَوَّأْنَا لِإِبْرَاهِيمَ مَكَانَ الْبَيْتِ أَلَّا تُشْرِكْ بِي شَيْئًا. I said it in English, behold, we gave the site to Abraham of the sacred house, Mecca, yani, Masjid al-Haram, saying, associate nothing, not anything in worship with me, and sanctify my house. And for those who compass it around, circumambulate it, and stand up or bow or prostrate themselves. And proclaim the pilgrimage among men, they will come to thee on foot, on something like that. This is, then this is the significance of the pilgrimage. It has been right from Abraham, orientated towards the worship of one God. And there is another thing I would mention before I give the speech to Professor Belghith, is that at the beginning of Islam, at the beginning of Muhammad, the revelation of Muhammad in Mecca, the orientation of the Qibla was to Jerusalem. But at Medina, when later there were some pillars of Islam were erected at that time, in the 10th month of Hijrah, of the 16th month according to the scholars, Allah Ta'ala reoriented the Qibla to Mecca as a symbolic significance that the Unitarian religion, the Unitarian worship, will be in Mecca as the first religion which has been purified by Abraham. And this is maybe what...
Yeah, maybe in addition to what has been highlighted by our dear professor, I think talking about Mecca and Kaaba, which is the symbol of the unity of God, monotheism. And I think the Almighty Allah has created the universe by the same system, a universal system. When we see Al-Kaaba, which was built before Abraham by Adam, the Almighty Allah says in the Holy Quran, إِنَّ أَوَّلَ بَيْتٍ وُضِعَ لِلنَّاسِ لَلَّذِي بِبَكَّةِ. The first house of God on the earth is Al-Kaaba, of course. But I think there is something which is symbolic in the way how Muslims worship Allah, turning around Al-Kaaba, what is called in pilgrimage At-Tawaf. At-Tawaf is circling Al-Kaaba and walking around 7 times, which is a symbolic way of worship. But I think it is deeper than that, because the Almighty Allah has created in the universe the same system. In the celestial bodies, the planets go around the sun, the solar system. The galaxies, the same system exists in the galaxies, where stars and planets go around their solars. There are different solars in the universe, and in the smallest creation on the earth, maybe the atom, where Allah has created the same system also, where the electrons turn around the center of the atom, Markaz al-Dharra. So this system, what is called in ilm al-Tawheed, the phenomenon of unity, ظاهرة الوحدة في الكون, which means that the Creator is one. قل هو الله أحد. System of the atom, the system of the celestial bodies, the universe, and the system how Allah is worshipped on the earth by turning around Al-Kaaba. So the universe is governed by the same system, which means that the Creator is one, is Allah Ta'ala. This is the symbolic this symbolic performance and application on the earth on التوحيد, monotheism. That's why the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala related his worship by pilgrimage to see, to visualize this unity of Allah, وحدانية Allah, through pilgrimage, with unifying the same system of the universe with the way of how Allah is worshipped on the earth as the symbol of this unity, and the atomic creation, the atom, and the celestial bodies. If we study this picture, we see that we can discover that the Creator is one, who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty Allah. Maybe this can be considered as the introduction to maybe understand why Muslims, when they perform Hajj pilgrimage, they have to go around Al-Kaaba, either in Tawaf al-Qudum or in Tawaf al-Ifada or in Tawaf al-Wada', the rituals of Hajj. Why it is important to do so, right? It is to visualize the harmony of Islam, the harmony of Islam and the Muslim with this universe. Maybe the way how the planets go around the solar system, and the electrons and the protons go around the center of the atom. Maybe this kind of tasbih, as Allah said in the Holy Quran, وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا يُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِهِ وَلَكِنْ لَا تَفْقَهُونَ تَسْبِيحَهُ. So maybe you can maybe elaborate more. Thank you.
It is such a wisdom, Professor Mimouni.
Yes, as we have entered in this cosmogonic dimension that is elaborated by Professor Belghith, we have to say another thing is that when the individual is going to make Hajj, pilgrimage, he prepares for it. Yes. Hajj, they are people, when they say houses of God, house of God, Bayt Allah al-Haram, some people have misconceptions, misjudgment. They consider that Muslims are worshipping because they are turning around this house on the, maybe kissing the black stone. No, it's not an adoration. It's a ritual. Ritual is to reiterate actions in order to have this spiritual ascension.
Yes.
مثل الإسراء. الإسراء. Man needs to, is a symbolic person, he needs to ascension towards God. What is the house of God? Which means house of God? Difference in Islam. In Islam, Kaaba is a cubic form.
Yes.
It means simplicity, but it is the balance, it is equilibrium. It appeals to man. In the Quran it is said, "Tahfu ilayh." People are attracted by this. And this is why also, what means of house? You see, on earth, we see there are palaces, there are great castles, there are great edifices, empires, structures, but they are frightening man, awing. But when you see the Quran, you are humble. This man or this woman, they are coming for elevation, for expiate their sins. You see, then they need that Allah is acclaiming them. He can come unto me, my servant, my abd. I am going to forgive your sins. You see, it's hollow inside. It's hollow. It has, although they are cosmogonic, it's at the center of the world, of the universe. There are astronomical characteristics. That is another thing. I'm not a specialist of this. Voilà. Even, but the Quran also, then when they are making tawaf, they are making this, they are being attracted by this house, and it is very important to mention this. Or then when we are speaking about tawaf, after that there is when they are performing Hajj, there are a set of rituals that are going to there are one of them which is mentioned, الصفا السعي بين الصفا والمروة. And it has another significance, because everything in Islam has a symbol.
Yes.
They are not rituals without purpose, although the ultimate purpose is with God. We don't know why there are 7 times, but this is this is Safa wal Marwa, are 2 small hills which are distant of 215 meters, or probably between each other. On the Sa'i, it means they are walking with a sort of hurrying to do those ashwat, those steps towards this, but as it has a significance still related with Abraham, when Allah Ta'ala appointed him to build, before build the Kaaba, to go to this place. It is in a desert. Mecca is not a huge city.
Yes.
It is a place of religion. It's not a trade place where are traders. No, it's a religious place. And it was Allah Ta'ala showed to Ibrahim, and he came first at the time with his wife Sarah and his newborn son and his child Ishmael, and he was ordered to leave Al-Kaaba, to return, and his wife was in despair because there was no surrounding persons, there was no food, no water in a desert or something like that. And at the time, and it is the tradition says that the son Ishmael, when the woman is the distress of the woman, of the mother, and for her son, and he with his feet the water gushed from Zamzam.
Yes.
And from Zamzam came the city, because
Yes.
after
Miracle,
that
yeah.
the desert dwellers came around the city. And this is the remembrance, the significance of this. Maybe Professor would
Yes,
add
Professor
something else.
Belghit, how can you?
No, just to maybe give more clarifications
About the
what you
wisdom
have
and the
mentioned.
significance. I said about the wisdom and the significance
Yes.
of this ritual.
Yeah, I think Islam is based on a total submission to God.
That's it.
So that's why our scholars say that when we perform worship, a way of worship, we submit ourselves first.
Mm-hmm.
We do it first. Then we search for wisdom. We do not seek wisdom. We cannot say, I don't perform prayers until I understand
The
all
wisdom.
the wisdoms behind the rituals of
Performing
Salah.
them is what
Same
makes
thing
sense.
for Hajj or pilgrimage, same thing for fasting, Ramadan. You submit yourself first. That is Islam. The meaning of word Islam, بَلَا مَنْ أَسْلَمَ وَجْهَهُ لِلَّهِ وَهُوَ مُحْسِنٌ, who has submitted his face towards God, towards Allah. So we advise our brothers and sisters who are following this program that in Islam, either we have understood the wisdoms and the secrets of worship, or we did not understand. We need to perform first, to do it first, to obey Allah, the Almighty Allah.
Mm-hmm.
If we have believed in Allah, if we believe in the Almighty Allah, since He is the one who has ordered us to perform this way of worship, because we worship Allah as He wills, not as we will, as we want, right? We are different from other maybe religions or philosophies or theories. Islam is based on first of all, submission, either when we perform prayers or fasting or pilgrimage. So when we see Al-Kaaba, Mecca, which has been made as a symbolic place where we go, and it is considered as a duty, a pillar of Islam,
Pillar of the fire.
the foundation of one of the foundations of Islam. In pilgrimage, there is prayers, there is fasting, there is spending money, there is sabr, patience, there is sacrifice. So there are many of worship, many things we worship
Rituals,
Allah with,
yes.
right? These ways, good deeds, right, which are considered as good deeds,
They're
as
numerous.
Professor mentioned, say, walking between Safa and Marwa, the three types of tawaf, and drinking from Zamzam, praying 2 rak'ats behind Maqam Ibrahim. So these, maybe some people say, why I should do 4 rak'ats in Dhuhr prayer, or why 3 rak'ats in Maghrib, why 2 rak'ats in Fajr prayer in the morning, why we should fast 30 days, not 60 days.
Yeah.
So yes, it's good to that's why our scholars said it's good to do first, then to obey, to submit yourself to God. Then if you search scientifically to understand the wisdoms and the secrets, that's good. Maybe you cannot say, no, I continue to drink wine until I understand the hikmah,
Yeah.
the wisdom,
Why
then I
is it
stop
forbidden?
drinking wine. The companions of the Prophet didn't do that.
Yeah.
When Allah has prohibited drinking wine, they have thrown all the stocks they have of wine in Medina before they ask for the secret and wisdom. When Allah has ordered them to women to cover their beauties, hijab, right? All the women of Sahaba, the Muslims, came to the
They did
Fajr
so.
prayer in the early morning, they have covered their bodies and their beauties, right? They did not ask, no, we do not cover ourselves
Until
we find the hikmah and
Yeah.
the secrets. Then that way, submission will become meaningless, right?
Yeah.
That's why in Islam, we have to understand this. Riba, you cannot say, no, I eat riba, usury, speculation, corruption, until I understand the hikmah, then I stop giving rashwa. No, you stop first giving rashwa, then you seek, you do research, you do in your scientific laboratory why Allah has prohibited the pork,
Yeah.
for example. You cannot say, no, I eat pork first.
And then when I
The
understand
day when I find the hikmah, the wisdom, I stop eating pork.
Yeah.
Then in that way, your religion will become meaningless. This is very important in Islam. So that's why when we go for pilgrimage, to perform pilgrimage, we go, we submit to Allah, right? It is a spiritual journey, as we know, but in the same time, it is a test. Are you going to sacrifice your wealth to do this journey, to perform this journey
Yes.
for the sake of Allah? Are you going to sacrifice your time to leave your family?
your efforts.
Yeah, to leave your family, to leave your country, to go to Mecca for the sake of Allah, or you're able to do it. So even though it is a touristic trip
Yes.
or journey,
It's
but in
beautiful.
the same time it is a test. Ibtila, ikhtibar,
Yeah.
from the Almighty Allah Ta'ala. I think many people, when they perform Hajj, maybe they just perform it as a tradition, كتقليد. And here we have to remind ourselves and our audience that performing ibadah in Islam shouldn't be done as a tradition. It should be done by conviction, by the love of Allah Ta'ala. I do it because I love Allah. Allah asked me to go to Mecca, and when you go there, you will discover maybe a spiritual life if you did not do the trip, if you did not perform Hajj, maybe you will never have these special feelings. You see, when a Muslim stands in front of Al-Kaaba for the first time in his life, he cannot hold his tears.
Yes.
No one can hold his tears when he will see Al-Kaaba for the first time in his life. I think we had all this experience. Inshallah, you will have it.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. So all our brothers and sisters, inshallah, may Allah make it easy for them, right?
Yes.
Because when I have been to Mecca for the first time, the feelings you have there, Prof, maybe you share with me these things, right? You will have some special feelings. You know that I always tell to our brothers that these kind of feelings, we do not find them only in the paradise, in
Yes.
Al-Jannah. The special feelings in Al-Jannah only. When you stand in front of Al-Kaaba, you see the greatness of this place, because it is a blessed place. As Professor mentioned, the Prophet Abraham brought his wife there, no water, no food, nothing. And Ismail was born there, right? When Abraham left his wife there with her baby, only Allah is the one who granted them with Zamzam water, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, no one. If you ask one of us now, you leave your wife in the Sahara, in Ain Saleh,
No one
or
would
in
do so.
Tamarrasat, right? Alone there. So you will tell me, come on,
Yeah.
something is wrong.
No one
Right?
would do so.
That's,
Yes.
But Nabi Ibrahim, because he received the revelation of the Almighty Allah,
He
right?
obeyed.
And Allah has ordered him to leave his wife there. There is a trust between the servant of Allah, Ibrahim alayhi salam, peace be upon him,
Yes.
with Allah Ta'ala. He ordered him to leave his wife there. He has done it.
Yes.
This is a test.
Yes.
As
Yes.
when Allah has tested Ibrahim to slaughter his
His
son,
son.
Ismail.
Ismail,
The
yes.
son he was waiting for, some scholars said 80 years. 80 sana. He was waiting for Ismail, or
Yes.
his son. That's why maybe we need another
Yes,
session
thank you.
to
Prophet.
elaborate more.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you, Dr.
welcome.
Belghit. And with these beautiful words, we have arrived to the end of today's episode. Thank you for watching.